All right, it's superlatives time, Super Bowl 54 edition. What do you got first?
Well, I mean, like, I just want to say, like, you know, star. I want to go with, like, star power. That's what I'm going to start off with right away. Star power. And you heard me say it a little bit on the last segment, but when I say that, I specifically mean, like, you know, Mahomes, Watkins, Tyreek Hill, those three guys. They're being paid a lot of money. And those three guys came through, and I should put Kelsey in there as well because some of his catches were big as well. But, you know, just Watkins being right around 100 yards, Tyreek Hill getting over 100, and then Mahomes delivering that way. This team was built around their offense and their ability to strike with big plays in the pass game. And when they needed it the most, the star power came through. The people that Brett Veach and Andy Reid put a lot of time and money into, they came through in the biggest moment, and that's why they went and got these guys, and that's why they're the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, and, you know, Damian Williams actually made a late run at becoming the MVP with a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter, over 100 yards rushing thanks to the one that was popped that iced the game. Back when, you know, it's 24-20 and the Chiefs have the ball, but there's still a chance here, and if they do, there goes Damian Williams, the game's over, and that was that.
Right.
But you know, Mahomes did not play like the MVP, but Mahomes earned it in that fourth quarter, and he gets the amnesia award. We talk all the time about defensive backs having a short memory and forgetting the bad play and moving on, and we don't have to see Patrick Mahomes do that very often. Last night was the first time he had multiple interceptions since the 54-51 track meet against the Rams in November of 2018. He did not have more than one interception in any game since then. To have those two plays, the one where he got frustrated and threw the ball right to Fred Warner, and then when he threw the ball behind Tyreek Hill, that's one of those moments where, and I perceive this look sometimes. We talked about it with a player last week, that from afar, when we see a guy's demeanor, that's when a guy's demeanor can morph into, I just want to go home. Right? It's not my night. Get me the hell out of here. That is something that we've seen lesser players do. But, you know, all night long, Patrick Mahomes never looked fazed by any of it. He looked calm. He looked relaxed. And he forgot about those interceptions, right? He's the guy who went to the sideline when they were down 24-0 to the Texans and said, we have the opportunity to do something great. He never gives up. And when you have those supreme God-given abilities, I think it's easier to think you're still in it, right?
Yeah.
And because they know that they can find the gas pedal and mash it at any time. And he forgot about all the, you know, fender benders that he had through the first 3.5 quarters, and he found that gas pedal, and off they went. And that is, for as rare as the talent is, Chris, the mindset 3 years into his NFL career is even more rare.
No, that's what it is. I mean, you're right. I mean, just he's never gets, you know, what do I want to say, flabbergasted. He's never like deer in the headlights. Never. Like last night was the most you've ever seen him be that way. And you still felt like, hey, he's not calm. He's still calm. He's rattled. You weren't like, oh, my gosh. Now, he didn't play great. And I do think he was tentative and a little scared to just let the ball go a number of times, you know, because I think he was worried about making the big mistake. He was trying to be a little too perfect. But him not playing great is still everybody else is great. And that's when you know you're great, is because when you can just play, I've had better, and we are still sitting here on a Monday after the Super Bowl going, damn, if it weren't for him, they couldn't win the football game. That's when you know you've gone into another stratosphere. And that's what he has a chance to do here.
And you know, the thing is, that just that mindset, that idea, it really is uncanny when you've struggled the way you've struggled. And I think once he finally decided to just let it go, there's a hell of a lesson that's going to carry over to next year and is going to make him even better, Chris, because he's going to have that memory of what happens when he tries to be careful.
Sure.
And when you finally say, screw it, I'm not going to be careful. You know what that means next year? He's never going to be careful. He's going to say, I'm always going to trust my abilities. When I start not trusting my abilities and start restraining my skill set, is when things don't go the way they should. I'm going to go out there and play the way I know I'm capable of all the time and take chances all the time and be that guy all the time, no matter how big the stage is.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, he's never shied away from it, loves the big stage, loves the big moment, thrives with the ball in his hands in those moments. I mean, he's officially reached that status where, I mean, we know, yeah, he gets the ball last. He's going to come through. It's almost like it's inevitable. Just doesn't matter, and that's where he's amazing. And my next superlative is going to be like a little bit of like, get off my lawn, all right? Get off my lawn with like, oh, Shanahan and his play calling and all this crap, like that lost him the football game. You know, listen, I understand that. We can't all sit here and be Monday morning quarterbacks. You know, again, okay, he threw the ball on 2nd and 5 after they ran the ball for 5 yards up the middle. I'm not going to sit here and just sit back and let, like, the critics just go, oh, you know, to everybody's point, he had to be aggressive. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. We've seen this story before. They get on fire, and you got to go, oh, we need to put them away. We can't just think we're going to run the ball and play that way and conservative. You know, he threw a high completion percentage type pass over the middle. A really awesome player, and Chris Jones did a great job of getting his hands up to knock the ball down. I understand the optics of the situation aren't going to look good on Shanahan. I get that. But you know me, Mike, I've never been one to be shy from criticizing anybody, friend or not friend. And I don't look at it and going, oh, that's an egregious mistake. I don't look at it and go, oh, that was so stupid. The 49ers weren't just dominating the line of scrimmage in the run game like this was like, the greatest, like they weren't just bludgeoning them. That's all I want to say. A lot of their success on the run came through Shanahan trick runs with Deebo Samuel on the edge. And the drive before, he got stuck in a 2nd and 9 situation because he was running on 1st and 10 and they got nowhere. So I just don't want to hear this. I understand it wasn't perfect. I get it. But it wasn't like egregious to where I'm not going to stand for people sitting here just going, oh, Shanahan blew it. He doesn't know how to manage the game. I don't think that at all. I just don't look at it that way.
You know, let me ask you this question.
Yes, go ahead.
Who's there to tell him or to nudge him or to maybe challenge him in real time if maybe he's not calling his best possible game or maybe he's not doing what he needs to do? Does he have anyone who can be that voice, that conscience, that angel on his shoulder that tries to steer him the right way?
Probably not. I don't know if he does. You know, those are things he has not told me, so I have no inside info there. You know, I do know that this is an extremely intelligent human being who's really well thought out and doesn't just throw darts at a dartboard and go, well, I think I'll do that. He has rhyme and reason behind everything. And I think that's, I don't know if there's a guy in his headset telling, hey, don't do that, but I don't know. At this point, I think he's earned the right to be able to make that decision on himself. He's kind of successful. He's kind of good at what he does. So I don't know if anybody's going to sit there and challenge him in that way. And again, if we can pull that play up at some point, I would love to watch it. Let's watch it. To me, it looks like the guy's wide open over the middle. It's not like he called some daring, crazy play. Really, they blocked Chris Jones really well to where he gave up on the play itself. So here's 1st and 10. Now look, there he is. Kittle's open. He's wide open. But Chris Jones made a great play and got his hands up. And they blocked him so good, he gave up on the pass rush, so he put his hands up. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Shanahan, you're such an idiot. What are you doing? I don't. It's 20-17, and Mahomes looked like he was getting on fire, and I think he felt like we got to get momentum and start moving the ball too.
I've got one more very quick one before we go,
sure.
And this is the Only Bet Your Gambling Money Kids Award, and it goes to the Patrick Mahomes over-under for rushing yards. He was well over the range of 29.5 to 33.5 with 44 yards. And with kneel downs usually 2 or 3 yards. He lost 15 rushing yards on kneel downs late in the game to put him under the over-under, whether it was 29.5 up to 33.5, whatever it was the under. The over blew it by any measure, all because of those kneel downs. So do not bet anything that you need. If you're going to bet, be responsible, Budget it. Do not risk money that you need to pay your bills because inevitably you will lose at some point, and it will hurt as badly as it had to hurt last night.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.